push their way. These two teams, absolute powerhouses in this circle.
D2E, I believe he actually was the one to spot out King. He'd already had the idea that King had. I was like, no, actually I came up with this first.
Footballists, they are a little bit down, but certainly not out. Solkay has been knocked. But Lutz continues to put the pressure. Aerowolf Limax, this is the difficult road they had to tread in the middle of the circle. Spalv goes down. And they will be looking to push in with Potato. Kanina Power as well. They were struggling earlier on. They get peppered in the shack that they had, and now it's just Black-White remaining. Out in the blue as well, getting pushed on in its zone 5, so it will start to hurt.
Yeah, you start to hear the percussion of the battlefield as we come to a crescendo here in the circles. Most teams having to push into this one. Abrupt Slayers finally move away from that compound that kept them covered on the west side from the ridge. They will have to move their way in. Secret Jin taking a little bit of a nasty fight of their own between Alpha 7 and themselves. Lutz goes down, Lovazin last remaining, and Class Digital Athletics making their way in. This is a team that we need to talk about. They have been on top for so long for the EMEA region. They've really made a fantastic showing in the league stage. They're paying it forward.
Finally going down there. Alpha 7 as well, they're taking the fight. They've been dominant on this northern edge right now, but Team Secret Jin giving them a little bit of a run for their money. Na'Vi continue to put the pressure out in all directions.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, Class Digital Athletics are able to just bump on down anybody trying to step in. That's the Abrupt Slayers falling. On the northern side, Alpha 7 survive, but they're down to one standing. 2 players knocked. Very difficult to move on in.
G9 making his way into the circle itself. That's Old Boy. Taking shots over towards G9, he will in fact go down, but RQ, they've got insurgents absolutely everywhere on this map towards the south, off to the east now in Beer 11. Circle finally moves away from Na'Vi, and they have to start to consider how they want to make this one go forward. But 4 AM, they loom off in the distance.
Goodness me, they've stayed completely quiet for most of this game, Blank. No one has really actually encroached into any of their territory. And finally, D2E steps up and looks to Tixie, sprays him down on the roof. Na'Vi down to 3, reducing their power somewhat. Moving forwards, RRQ, 2 players alive. 4 Angry Men, all 4 of them still standing. And Footballist, they've managed to sneak on in right to the middle, top 5.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, for RRQ, they've been under pressure this entire game, sending Beer 11 and D2E out wide. It was an excellent idea, in fact. I really, really like it. It means that they have a good chance to at least make it into the top 4. Na'Vi, like you said, though, with their power now slightly dwindled by the fact they just lost Tixie, going against 4 AM is looking a lot less unlikely.
4 Angry Men looking most likely to take this one home here, Blank. 88%, that's a lot of numbers. D2E will get knocked on the attempted cross there and will fall down. Lovazin has been spotted by Hasaki. And at range, we know what a monster this guy is. D2E flushed on out, just Beer 11 now standing for RRQ. 5 teams remain. How long will Lovazin last under the pressure from 4 Angry Men, from Class Digital Athletics as well?
You gotta love this from 4 AM, the way they're just moving up nice and slow. That is a sliver of the body that was so easily hit by 4 AM.
But 2 players go down in turn, and that's really going to take the wind out their sails on this northern edge. Gives Na'Vi a chance to regroup.
This is okay for 4 AM, though. They have time over here. They have the vehicles available to them as well. And Digital Athletics, their broadside is completely open to Na'Vi.
Class Digital Athletics, oh, they're getting knocked quite a few times. That's Na'Vi doing so much damage, they were able to take it down.
That's 9 kills on the board for Na'Vi already. What a way to start the tournament. And Lovazin is now out.
There we go. It is Na'Vi and 4 Angry Men, last 2 teams. We saw the positions they had. They've managed to use them here. It's 3 versus 3.
Great position here from Matic, which is still within the circle, but they need to really take advantage of this position whilst they still have it, because it's very unlikely you're going to get... it has to be the hardest shift down to the south if Na'Vi want to hold on to any of these buildings. They have to cross the road. 4AM with so many vehicles available to them, they've got a compound of their own over here, and look at that circle. It is right on top of 4 AM.
But 4 AM, they didn't have the info. They were shooting in completely the wrong direction, and this could prove vital for Na'Vi's efforts. Oh boy, up close and personal. Needs to find a little bit of cover as Suk up the hill, over the top, trying to jump around the smoke, get a little bit of info. Nades, back and forth. Matic still on the overwatch, not going in with the team. A little bit of a dud bobble there on the nade as Meku shimmies out wide. They managed to get in the circle with Old Boy.
Our smokes are down, and this is more for denying vision towards 4 AM. Very smart stuff coming through from Na'Vi. And like you said, John, they took that opportunity and they just ran with it. Na'Vi can be an aggressive team when they absolutely want to. I mean, they tried to be the entirety of the first 3 weeks of the tournament, so this is kind of like second nature to them.
Matix making the push on foot across the road now, Blank. This is what the smokes were in aid of, drawing that attention away. And now Matic has a cheeky little off angle, no vehicle noise, and will get that loot crate as well.
This is so good. These mollies are targeting exactly on the trees.
Oh, look at that. That's the first knock. It's now down to a 3 versus 3. Sorry, there were 4 players from 4 Angry Men still alive in the midst of things. Meku up top, nade over his way, but it's only 98. Sook, a lot of damage sent his way. Oh boy, not quite able to get that full knock just yet. Pushes up the hill. Svan down in the grass. They know where he is. They're trying to laser beam on. Sook suppress. Needs to heal a bit. Matic nade over the top to the back of Svan. Sook pressure towards the rest of the squad.
Matic.
He's been spotted. And a little bit of respite as Haseki goes for that res. Over onto Shinhe.
Oh dear, this is not looking good for Na'Vi. That little bit of advantage that they had accrued early has been completely taken away. Some good knocks coming through from 4AM, or at least some good damage, sorry, which has held Na'Vi at bay. And you wonder how much utility they have remaining.
Oh, that's a knock. That's a nasty knock as well for Na'Vi. They're down to 2, and that's their off angle taken out of the mix. It's definitely just these 2 players now.
Things are so much more linear here for 4AM going forward. Pasaki goes down. Okay. 3v2, oh boy, next, and now just 1 player remains.
Meku up the top. You said he was doing a lot of work for the squad, and now he needs to put it all on the line. 2 players in action right now, and this res will bring all 4 back for 4 Angry Men. The western edge was dominated by them in this circle. It moved their way, and now they're looking to put that final nail in the coffin. Sook sprays down towards Meku. The bullets start to land, but he's yet to go down, and finally they make it happen. 4 Angry Men take the chicken dinner.